Hello and welcome back, or welcome. I am Book Lover Lorna. Now, there are people doing roadworks in my road, so this is going to take me a while to film, and I apologise if you hear any noise. If it's too loud, I will obviously stop, but there is going to be a little bit of noise here and there. Now, today is Valentine's Day. Well, the day that this video goes up is Valentine's Day. It's not Valentine's Day for me. And unless you watch this on Valentine's Day, it won't be Valentine's Day for you. So, but, you know, the intention is there that this video is going up on Valentine's Day. So because this video is going out on Valentine's Day, I am wearing my cheeky Mickey top because Mickey is my one true love. Realistically. So yeah, Valentine's Day today. So I thought I would bring you some of my romance recommendations. And actually, when I was like looking around my shelves thinking, what do I recommend for romance reads? I thought I read a lot more romance than I actually do, which is mad. But I have got like a little pile just here of some romancy reads. One of them I haven't read, but I know that it's going to be amazing, so I want to recommend it to you. Right, so let's just jump right in. Obviously, this is going to have the flat share in it. I think most of us have read this by now, but if you haven't, read it. It's amazing. It's about Tiffy and Leon, and essentially they share Leon's flat, but they never meet each other. So Tiffy has, she sleeps there during the night, and then she has the weekends there. And then other than that, obviously she's at work, and Leon works during the night. So he is there during the day and sleeps while she is at work. So they never actually meet each other. It's a very unusual kind of setup for a love story. It's super cute. I love the way it's written. Not everyone does, but the majority of people do. It is super, super lovely. So I definitely recommend the flat share. Very easy read romance. That's what I'd say. Next is actually the first book that I read in 2021, and that is This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins. I read this because it's essentially about these two people who are born on New Year's Eve in the same hospital 1 minute apart. I just read that from the back. So I read it around New Year's for that very reason, but having read it, actually you can read it any time. It doesn't have to be New Year's, but it is kind of nice to read it around New Year's. But I definitely recommend that you read this book. I absolutely loved it and gave it 5 stars, and the cover is super cute. We've not got great lighting today, so I can only apologise. I think it's going to hammer it down with rain in a minute, and the roadworks are making it dusty outside. So we've got all kinds of weird lighting, but I really love this book. Definitely recommend that you read it. I think it's actually her debut novel. I'm not sure. I think it might be. But yeah, super, super lovely book. This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins. I would also recommend as a romance read The 1+1 by Jojo Moyes. This is a book that I put off reading for so long, just because it's really big. But once I started reading it, I actually flew through it at quite a speed. It's super, super enjoyable. It's essentially about this woman. She's got 2 kids and a dog, and there's this other guy, and it's about a romance that kind of blossoms between the two of them. There's also quite a lot of like family drama, quite a lot of that actually, issues with past relationships. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a lot more to it than just romance, so if you want something with a little bit more substance, that would be a very good one to read, The 1+1 by Jojo Moyes. Next is the book that I haven't read, but I know is going to be amazing, because all Holly Martin books are great romance recommendations. Very easy reading, chick lit, stereotypical, falling in love, by the seaside kind of reads. So any of her books I would recommend as romance reads if you want like a really easy read and stereotypical. But one that I'm very much looking forward to reading is Fairytale Beginnings, a heartwarming romantic comedy. So this is essentially kind of like a Disney-esque Prince Charming love story, a little bit of magic in there. Love is an open door, except when it keeps slamming in your face, it says. So I've heard a lot of good things about this. I think this will be amazing. So even though I've not read it, I'm going to recommend it. It is a standalone, so it's not part of a series like Holly's other books, which I recommended before, but I think this will be super, super cute. So if you want romance with a little bit of magic in it, sprinkling of fairy dust, I think this will be the one. Fairytale Beginnings by Holly Martin. Next, I would recommend The Love Square by Laura Jane Williams. Now, this one is literally about Love Square. It's about Penny, who, look, she's ginger like me. Penny is very unlucky in love, and essentially she finds herself in a love square with 3 potential suitors. This book I found had a little bit of drama, a little bit of laughter, quite a lot of romance. That's basically what I can say about this. It's again, fairly easy read. One of those that you can easily put down and come back to. You don't have to like sit there and finish it in one sitting. But yeah, I quite enjoyed that one. So that one's The Love Square by Laura Jane Williams. Next, a book that I will always recommend, and I don't care if you've seen the film, you still have to read this book because it is written in such a unique way. I absolutely love it. And even though it's massive, I promise you will fly through it because of the way it's written. My memory card just ran out of memory, even though it's completely empty. It was getting confused. So I've just sorted that out. Now the light has changed. It's raining, but the sun's come out, but we continue with the video. Don't know where I got to, but we'll try and continue. So apologies for the change in everything there. So Love, Rosie was also known by Where Rainbows End, and it's by Cecilia Ahern, and it's written in like emails, texts. There's no actual like normal book writing, if that makes sense. It's super interesting. It's very easy to read. Such a lovely romance book, and even if you have read the film, seen the film, like I say, please just read the book because it's amazing and it's so different. It's about Rosie and Alex, their teenage friends, and it's basically, I mean, you can tell by the cover. It's a story of how they come together over a long time, and it takes them a long time to get together, trust me. But it's a very nice romance read. Just another one that's, you know, a little bit different. Another romance recommendation, which I actually haven't read for a long time, so I do kind of need to give this one a reread, is The Beach Cafe by Lucy Diamond. So essentially it's about Evie, who, does she inherit the beach cafe or does she go there? I can't remember. She doesn't inherit it because I don't think, oh no, she does. Yes. See, this is why I need to reread it. Her Aunt Jo dies and she inherits her beach cafe, and it's essentially her going there, getting the beach cafe to work, and meeting a man in the process. Even though women can do these things on their own, in the books, men always come to the rescue, but we don't need them. We don't need them to rescue us. It's just what happens in stories. So yeah, super lovely. This one's quite summery. There is like a sticker on the front of this. This one is quite summery, so I would recommend it probably more of it as a romance summery read, not necessarily while it's raining in February. Yeah, but yeah, definitely recommend that one. It's one of my long-standing romance recommendations, that one. Finally, I would recommend the Billy and Me books by Giovanna Fletcher. Now, I don't have Billy with Me because I read it on Kindle and I've reread it on Kindle, but the sequel to it is Always with Love. So this is the second book. The first one, there are 2 editions, so I think the first one is like a blue colour, the original editions, but now they do these kind of cute nice ones, which I really like. I've got a tickled pink edition, which is really lovely, which is for breast cancer. So this one's really cute. Essentially the Billy and Me books are about Sophie, who amazingly again runs a little cafe in this little village, and she meets Billy Buskin, who is a Hollywood movie star, and it's their story of getting together, the romance, the cafe. It's very centred around her relationship, Sophie's relationship with Billy. So it's very much a romancy book. Very stereotypical, falls in love with a Hollywood heartthrob, even though she doesn't like Hollywood heartthrobs and has no interest. So it's very nice. It's a very nice read, and I really like Giovanna's writing, so I will probably always recommend her books. They're really nice to read. Okay, so I guess those are my romance recommendations for Valentine's Day. If you're like me and don't like Valentine's Day, then we can just pretend that this day never happened. But I still like to read romance books even though I don't like Valentine's Day. So, you know, What can you do? I'm a sucker for a romantic read, particularly those stereotypical romance reads, even though in real life I don't quite agree with those things, but I like to read them because they make me happy. So I hope that reading some of these books, which I've piled over here, is why I'm pointing over here, will make you happy. So please do let me know if you read any of these and you enjoy them, or if you've read any of them and you also enjoyed them. If you've read one of these and you also liked it, you're probably going to like the rest. If you've read one of these and you hated it, you're probably not going to like the rest. So that's just how it goes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Happy reading, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!